Hello, my name is Tami Sheiffer and I work for Fairfax County Park Authority on a new program called Watch the Green Grow. Watch the Green Grow teaches families how to take care of the environment at home or at school. In this video, we are going to learn about watersheds and how to protect them. A watershed is an area of land over which surface water flows into a common body of water. You are always in a watershed, even if you don't see a stream or a river near you. Precipitation moves downward because of gravity. Water will either soak straight into the ground, or it will flow over the surface of the ground into a stream or another body of water. We will use this model, called an EnviroscapeModel, to see how water will flow into streams and rivers and eventually to the ocean. Let's take a closer look. When water enters your local stream, it is carried downhill until it reaches the Potomac River. The Potomac River carries the water downhill until it reaches the Chesapeake Bay and eventually the Atlantic Ocean. The water on this model looks clean, but water is not the only thing entering streams. What does water carry? Water runoff can pick up and carry things from the land into streams. Some of these things you may be able to see, like litter, and some may be too small to see, like pesticides. Let's add some common pollutants to the model. We will use sprinkles and cocoa powder to represent the pollutants. Farmer Fred plows his field to plant his crops in the spring. Plowing makes the soil loose. After he plows his field, Farmer Fred uses fertilizer to help his crops grow. It's a windy day, and recycling is blowing out of uncovered bins, littering the neighborhood. Victor's lawn is like a green carpet. His yard service uses fertilizer and weed killer to keep the lawn green and weed-free. Victor's neighbor, jealous Jill, wants her lawn to be greener than Victor's. She thinks doubling the amount of fertilizer will make her yard twice as beautiful. Sophia takes her dog for a walk around the neighborhood. She forgot to bring bags with her, so she does not clean up after her dog. Jill also has two dogs who do their business in her yard. She does not clean up after them because their waste stays in her yard. Farmer Fred spreads pesticides on his field to kill insects that might eat his crop. Cows on the farm create a lot of manure. Victor's lawnmower has a leaky engine and leaks oil in the driveway. There is rain in the forecast. What do you predict will happen when it rains? Let's find out. Rain causes stormwater runoff, flowing downhill to streams. How does the water look? It looks pretty dirty, doesn't it? That's not healthy for the animals that live in the water, and it's not good for people either. Now, how could we keep the water from becoming so dirty? Perhaps you think the people can use less fertilizer, weed killer, and pesticides on their lawns and fields. Maybe they could stop littering and pick up their dog's waste. If there is less stuff on the ground for the water to pick up, the water will be cleaner, right? Now, when Jill uses fertilizer on her lawn, she follows the directions on the label and does not apply more than instructed. Victor gets an electric lawnmower, so he doesn't have oil leaks anymore. He also tries grass cycling, letting the grass clippings stay on the ground to return nutrients to the soil. That way, he doesn't need to use so much fertilizer. Farmer Fred uses cover crops during the winter to prevent weeds and to reduce soil erosion. There is less loose dirt on his fields, and he doesn't need to use as much weed killer. Sophia and Jill start picking up after their dogs, even in their own yards. We can also help keep water clean by planting trees and other plants, especially close to streams or in areas of bare dirt. trees soak up some water like a sponge, reducing water runoff. Their roots also hold the soil in place, preventing soil erosion. How can you protect the watershed at your home or at school?